I am a realist. In other words, I don't pretend that something's going to be extremely easy. I knew coming into this that this was going to be a little bit difficult, challenging at times, painful at times. I have been a fighter all my life, and I don't give up too easy. We're going to continue to do this. Other than that, we're moving along, and we're going to keep trying, we're going to keep fighting. This 2 weeks probably going to be the hardest of the entire process. Once we get past these first 2 weeks, I think the lengthening process will be easier for me. Why do I say that? Because I'm used to working out, on my whole body, my arms, my shoulders, my chest, my legs. And I know when I do an extremely hard workout, I know that it takes 2-3 days to recover. So I know the relation of pain, muscular pain, and some tendon pain too when you work out too hard. I do understand that, and I appreciate the honesty. You told me that, and everyone told me that as well, that it was going to be about 2 weeks before we move on into the next stage, which is really the lengthening process.
Hello everyone, I am Enes and I am here with
Carlos.
And we just finished our second week.
Yes, second week. We're like a week and a half into the process.
So we are continuing lengthening and we are trying to reduce the swelling a little bit because, as you know, after the surgery you can have some swollen inflammation in your body, and we try to reduce that, and we are doing good right now. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good so far, considering the fact that it's only been 2 weeks after the surgery. We're still working on bringing down the inflammation, which comes along with obviously a surgery. Other than that, everything else is going according to plan. I'm able to walk, and I'm able to walk firmly. Other than that, everything's good.
What was the most challenging part for you in this weeks?
I think that the most challenging part so far is just dealing with the small persistent pain. Like I said, is normal, part of surgery. Sleeping at nighttime can be hard because you sleep during the day sometimes, so therefore you're not able to sleep, your typical 4 to 5 hours during the night. But other than that, we're doing okay.
You were expecting like more painful procedure since now, or you were expecting less, more comfortable procedure? Anything surprising for you? Until now, of course.
Yeah. Well, I am a realist. In other words, I don't pretend that something's going to be extremely easy. I knew coming into this that this was going to be a little bit difficult, challenging at times, painful at times. I have been a fighter all my life, and I don't give up too easy. We're going to continue to do this. Other than that, we're moving along, and we're going to keep trying, we'll keep fighting.
If you remember, I told you also first 2 weeks is a little bit hard, a little bit challenging, but after that it's easier actually until some point. If you remember that, I told you in the first appointment. You don't remember?
Yes. Yes, of course, Ines. Of course, I remember that. Yes, this 2 weeks probably going to be the hardest of the entire process. Once we get past these first 2 weeks, I think the lengthening process will be easier for me. Why do I say that? Because I'm used to working out, on my whole body, my arms, my shoulders, my chest, my legs. And I know when I do an extremely hard workout, I know that it takes 2-3 days to recover. So I know the relation of pain, muscular pain, and some tendon pain too when you work out too hard. I do understand that, and I appreciate the honesty. You told me that, and everyone told me that as well, that it was going to be about 2 weeks before we move on into the next stage, which is really the lengthening process.
Right now your pain or your discomfort is not about the lengthening procedure actually, because it's about the surgery itself. Your bone is broken, some nails go into your bones, into your body. That's why you have some difficulties right now. It's not about lengthening because your muscle is still flexible. We gain probably more than 2 centimeters right now, like total, of course. We have X-ray tomorrow. We're gonna find out exact measurement. Like I said, it's not about the lengthening right now. It's about the surgery itself. But after this, it will be turned to lengthening. Until probably 10-11 centimeters, it will be easy process for you. After that, of course, we have to work hard, but until that, yeah.
Yes, I completely agree with you, and it is the first 2 weeks is very hard because we're still dealing with the post-surgery pain, inflammation, and just not being able to sleep very good, so it just kind of all adds up to a little bad combination. The good thing is that it's only 2 weeks, typically, and then we will be able to move forward from there.
You come from?
I come from the United States.
United States. You come a foreign country, first time in your life, right? Turkey?
Yes.
So how was the adaptation process for you? Because it's been 2 weeks and it was hard for you, like food, timeline, maybe you have jet lag, I don't know. How was it for you?
Well, the biggest change for me is the time difference. As far as food, I'm a very international person when it comes to food. I can eat food from different countries. As long as it's cooked right, tastes good, I will eat it.
So it was easy, hard for you?
It's the adaptation of time. Like I said, it was probably the hardest, but in terms of food, no problem for me. But yes, it is a different geographical location of where I come from. So, but no, not much of a problem as far as adapting to the environment here.
Good, that's good. Let's talk about your problems a little bit, like your sleeping problem. You normally mention about it in the sessions to me.
Yes, the sleeping has been a problem. It's unavoidable because of first the difference in time from Turkey time to United States time is quite a difference. You know, when you guys are awake, we are asleep back home, and vice versa. So that in itself creates a problem for your sleeping pattern. The pain from the post-surgery. It's not a hard pain. It's something that most people can deal with, but nevertheless, it still keeps you up, you know. But there's ways to manage that pain. I've been fortunate enough where they give you here painkillers in a moderate way, everything in moderation to help alleviate the pain and make it as comfortable as possible. The sleeping, well, in general, you know, I normally get somewhere between maybe 3 hours to 3.5 hours a night. But part of the problem that I have is that I also sleep a little bit during the day, maybe an hour here, hour there. So that kind of adds to my problem sleeping at night. But other than that, you know, I'm very positive that things are going to get better as time.
How about the lengthening? Like, do you have any problem with lengthening? After the lengthening, you get pain or discomfort, or everything's going so smooth you don't feel anything? What do you think about it?
Well, outside of the normal pain from the surgery, inflammation, I want to say that everything is going according to plan. I don't feel any unusual pain. Everything is pretty normal, and it's pretty normal not just because of the surgery, it is also pretty normal because of the number of days after the surgery. Hello. As you can see, I'm getting ready to do my tibia lengthening. So for that, we use this special key. It's like an L wrench, very simple to do. So what you do is you place it in this little hole here. Just make sure you put it in right. See, now it's inserted all the way in. And then what you do is you go 90-degree angle. I was an engineer by trade, so I can visualize what 90-degree angle is, and that's right here. Okay, that's the right side. Now we're going to go ahead and do the left side. Same thing. Make sure you insert the key all the way through. It's in. We're going to do the 90-degree angle. Very simple. You don't really feel anything. It's painless. And then what you're supposed to do after that is go and walk, stretch a little bit to make sure that your skin, your soft tissues are adjusting with every lengthening. So, and I'm going to now demonstrate how we do the precise lengthening. Okay, I'm going to place this magnetic device. I don't know if you could see the mark here where the X meets. That's where you got to put this device over the X right at that point. So you lean it there and don't move it. Once you place it there, don't move it. Now what you're going to do is press F1 to begin your lengthening. Every session, we lengthen a total of 0.33 millimeters. And when it comes to the Precice, that is done 3 times a day. I usually do it at 10 a.m. and I do it at 2 p.m. And then the final one is at 6 p.m. So this takes approximately about half a minute, 30 seconds to complete each leg. It's not painful. You really don't feel the movement. So it's very comfortable. It's just a matter of just doing it on time. That's it. Now we move on to the other side. But before we do that, we have to reset the machine. Make sure it's back to 0. Okay, now we're going to place it over the right leg, and I'm demonstrating the precise lengthening procedure. And now I'm doing it on my right leg. We're going to begin now. Now the lengthening is done technically every 2 hours because I'm lengthening the femurs with the Precice system, which is this system. It's a magnetic system. And then also the tibias, but that's the long system. That's a different lengthening procedure. But we do it 2 hours apart from each other.
You're a little bit overweight actually for the...
No.
I'm sorry. But yeah, do you think it's hard? Like, it's make it harder, the process?
Well, that's without a doubt. Anytime you're heavier than you should be, it's going to become harder, especially for this type of surgeries, because after surgery, the inflammation is going to make your muscles weaker, so therefore you're not able to use your full power of your muscles. Thank God for this pair of arms that I have here that help me move around, but that's just a little joke on the side. But generally speaking, because of the weight or the extra weight, and then my age, I'm 55 years old, in case some of you viewers don't know, 55 years old. So that also plays a role, There's a saying in English, that what you used to do all night, now it takes you all night to do. So yes, that is very true. You cannot do the same things at age 55 as you did when you were 25. Impossible. I don't care who you are. Your general conditioning, if you're in decent shape, you should be fine. And, for those of you that are considering doing this surgery, I suggest that if you have time between the time you schedule your appointment to the time when you come here to do your surgery, I suggest you try to lose weight. That's the number one thing. If you're overweight, if you can, also try to adapt into a workout schedule so you can build up some strength on your upper body, because you will need it to help you move around.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's two separate lengthening procedures. Even though the surgeries were performed on the same day, it is still two separate surgery procedures. On the femurs, we have what they call the precise lengthening, and on the tibias, we have the long method. The way the lengthening is scheduled throughout the day is we start off with tibias at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then 2 hours later at 10 a.m. we do the precise, and then subsequently 2 hours after we do tibia again, and then 2 hours after tibia we do femur, and so on and so forth, for a total of 3 times lengthening with the precise for the femur and 4 times lengthening for the tibia.
Which one is hard? What do you think? Or it's same for you?
Well, I don't think neither one is hard to do. I find it a lot easier to do the lengthening on the tibia because you use the L wrench and you turn 90 degrees from the point where you're at. Very easy. It takes like 1 second per movement, opposed to the precise, which you have to use a magnetic gadget that you put here on this mark that they do at the surgery. So you put it here, and it takes approximately about 35 seconds to complete each leg. So it is a little bit, I want to say it's a little bit more time consuming to do the precise, but harder is not. It's the same. They're both easy, just more consuming, time consuming.
Thank you for your answers. We will keep update you every week or every 2 weeks, I don't know yet, and we will keep you updated. We will keep posting about this situation. Thank you so much for your answers again. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
They call me a